And we're live. Hi guys, thank you very much for joining again to another new episode of 2021, the podcast Who Is. Today we are with a special guest. I think you know him, it's Nuno, but you don't know anything about him till now. Today we will discuss about his beginnings in Taekwondo Schule Basel, how that happened, how was his motivation, how was the effort and the obstacles and everything you can also apply to your success story and to your also entrepreneurship. Stay tuned and welcome at JFP TV. Right away, thank you very much for joining us again, Nuno. It's
pleasure.
A pleasure.
My
Every
pleasure.
Friday is Nuno Day. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Fine, and you?
Thank you also. You look much younger with a new haircut, and I look just older, whatever I do with my hair. But how happened that? How does happen?
I have no official answer to this question. But thank you anyway.
Maybe it doesn't have to do anything with hair. Well,
whoever knows.
So this topic or this podcast type, we were waiting for a long time because actually we wanted to start right away last year, but I think we had to bring some input, some insights to our followers, our listeners, our subscribers. And I think they got a lot of motivation from us. They got a lot of wisdom and a lot of life experience from you. And I think now is the time before the January first month ends to discover about you, more about you. We heard about you as a warrior, as a fighter, as an athlete, but now the business side, the businessman. Mm-hmm. First question, tell us about the Taekwondo Schule Basel and the beginnings.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this was an adventure and it is still an adventure. So everything started, to be exact, 1992. And in a very funny way, I was working in a martial art shop selling martial art items. And we got a phone call from a lady. Her name was Frau Bossart. I called her the mother of my school. And she was from America. She had trained Taekwondo in America and was looking for a Taekwondo school in Basel. At that time, there was no Taekwondo in Basel. And she asked me for a school. She was very motivated to train. I said to her, look, I'm a Taekwondo teacher. It's funny that we speak together, but there is no Taekwondo Schule in Basel. And
so you were one of the first ones?
Yeah.
Or you were the first one?
No, not the first.
Yeah.
The second. And then she said to me, yes, but you don't want to open a school? I said, look, we do like this. If you find a room, I open a school. like we talk now.
Yeah.
100% spontaneous.
Yeah.
And she said, okay. Next day, she called me. And she said, I have a room. Then I said, you have a school.
So you were very spontaneous, but also determined. That's the whole story.
Or crazy.
Crazy.
So I remember good. With my father, we did some flyer, on the photocopiers.
Yeah.
With the computer. I remember exactly. I print 50 R3.
Yeah.
I went in the city. I put them somewhere. And first training, there was 12 people there.
Unbelievable. I mean, imagine the time. Today you had to do Google Ads and everything, and it's not guaranteed to
really
12 people.
Paper on the wall.
So cool.
Some strategic points.
Yeah.
And
learn to fight.
And the first training, 12 people came.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of them already practice martial arts, even at a good level. It was a little bit, they want to try the new kid in town.
Yeah. You told me about that at one point.
It was very funny. Yeah, and 6 months later, we already had 50 students.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, with how many students could you have like the break even? Did you also do like a business plan, or did you just do, we'll do it? How was the mindset you had then?
So I was renting a Turnhalle, which was very, very, very low price.
Yeah, of course.
So the risk was, and doing it half time, it was possible to do it beside my job. So I had 70% job. So this was my income. So I had no business idea. It was nice to have some side income, but it was passion.
Yeah.
It was passion, and the break even was very easy to achieve. Good, it was very easy to achieve. Yeah.
At a certain point, you started to invest more time in it. And when was the time when you just did that? I mean, you were like 70% there, and from which point on you decided to cancel your job, your new normal job, and invest your full time to the school?
So I have to say, because sometimes people see the end result and don't really realize the way. During 10 years, I had at the end I had a full-time job, as I told you, at Puma in the marketing, also sponsoring for athletes, for teams, marketing for fitness. And this was more than a full-time job. It was like really a lot. And during that time, I did 10 years, 3 times a week, Basel, Biel. I was living in Biel. After the job, I took the car. I came to Basel. I teach. I came home midnight. Next day, 7:30 in the office, all day working. So I did that during 10 years.
Wow.
And at that time, the school was also very successful, but it was like limited because the time I invest into it was also limited.
Yeah.
But it was working on the maximum for the time. The time I was investing. So to answer your question, I realized that I was not at the right place in the job I was doing. I learned a lot there, but it was not
fulfilling.
Yeah. And I knew Taekwondo is what I love, is what I do the best, is what I can share. I can give a lot. I can develop myself. I can do every day what I love to do, so be very motivated all the time. So I said, okay, let's do it full risk. And I jumped into the cold water, and I said, okay, quit my job, and we go only for Taekwondo.
Was the motivation for that there because you had the experience that you were progressing, you had more and more students? It was also not like time and energy consuming, because a second, like a side hustle, like a second job, can maybe be just very, very energy consuming, even if it brings a little bit more money. And so was there the competition in between your side job and your main job because of the difference of fulfillment, of joy?
Probably a little bit, and it was simply too much. And I mean, you can't have two focus at the same time, no?
Yeah.
And this was a little bit frustrating, but the main point was meaning. I want to give some meaning to my life and do something which I really can invest from my heart.
Yeah.
So from the commercial point of view, it was never an interesting and a good choice.
Yeah.
Just never. And it was also not my goal. The goal was to do what makes me happy and to share it with people and to give meaning to this. Yeah.
How much, and this question we didn't actually prepare, but that's coming in my mind. How much did also your holistic view put some insight in that? I mean, as a fighter, you could even survive a bad job, I think, because you are like fighting. You know, you can surpass your wishes and hopes. But the more you got, I think, in yoga and like the spiritual type of the martial arts, the spiritual side of the martial arts, is that also there where you wanted to look for fulfillment? Because when I'm talking with young athletes, they want to have athletic jobs or a fulfillment, like they want to like push and show themselves. And the older I get, also, I realize you're searching more for fulfillment. But for me, it's coming from a side which I'm reading more. I'm a little bit more open-minded for a lot of things which I was not when I was 25. So how did that come that you changed your viewpoints, or what was for you your priorities? How did that come? Or can you explain yourself that?
So when I started the school, I was 27 years old, and I was a pure fighter. It was martial arts. The training could not be hard enough, and everybody had to die during the training. And I was really dictator teacher, like a little bit army style.
Yeah.
Some old students, they told me, now we remember you. It was a little bit ashamed today, but I was young, okay?
Yeah.
So at that time, I had not this view on the martial arts, combining soft skills like meditation, yoga, tai chi, qigong, breathing, meditation with martial arts. No, it was pure taekwondo. But the interest for the educational point of view was always there. For me, it was a training method, a fighting method, but also a self-educational method. And this was always the core from our teaching. Even when I form successful athletes for competition, it was always clear for everybody, your behavior is more important than the result. If you get result without honor, without respect of the opponent, the rules, the referees, it was like that, I kick you out of my school. I was so clear on that it never happened. Because it was the deal. The athletes, they knew it's you honor your school and you honor your teacher. So if you show disrespect out there, it's like your parents, they will be pointed.
I think
the teacher will be pointed out. No,
I think I remember that well. The time when I was in the karate school, we didn't have that so strong like you are describing it. It's I think the big difference which makes you forget a certain kind of school or karate school, or to always remember what you learned in the taekwondo school. I think we talked about that last time when we were discussing the importance of martial arts for young men, young women, and how to also overcome aggression. I think the importance is so much more valuable than people think. And I think, like you said, the values of the honor your teacher, honor the gym, were so in that you are like, how long are you now in the school? How long is the Taekwondo Schule Basel existing? It's not since yesterday.
29 years now.
29 years, okay. So a little bit younger than me, huh?
Still.
Okay, a question which comes in my mind is when we talk about the motivation and purpose, what could you say for these two words?
Yeah, I remember it was an important moment in my life. I was working at this martial art shop, and I was counting box gloves, inventar. Huh? And I was 1, 2, 3, and suddenly I got one in my hand, and I said, "What are you doing to your life, man? Is that your life? I'm counting gloves. Is that what you want?" I get very upset on me, very angry. I get very angry. And then it gets more and more clear that
this wasn't your way.
That was my way. So I think once you know your purpose, and it's dangerous because today with Instagram and social media, everybody think I need a deep purpose in my life. It's also a dictator. But if you are lucky and you have a purpose, or you create a purpose, or you feel a purpose, if you have this big gift, motivation is not an issue anymore. I never felt like I work. I cannot say I go work. I go do what I love to do.
This is a big gift. I mean,
I remember one of my girlfriends, she told me, Nuno is in mission. He's again in his mission. It's a little bit true, but I really take it as a gift. So it makes everything much more simple. On the other hand, because you love it so much, you should not forget it's also a job. You need the discipline, you need to be serious, to be punctual, to make a good reputation in order to achieve goals and to have success. You cannot just say, I go play around today, But in the heart, it was always
Your calling in life. Huh?
yeah, and it was not difficult to motivate me.
So what I find fascinating now that I'm also getting older and I'm helping also young trainers to achieve their goals and with their businesses, I had the same struggle as you told, not struggle, as the same thoughts. I was always my brand. I was always my company.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it like from I felt the calling or the gift. Like I said, hey, I wanted to fulfill my mission in life and find my purpose or work with purpose. But what I didn't realize back then is also the business side. So for example, I had clear in my mind my vision, my mission, all the marketing tools you need for a brand. But for me, every year it changed a little bit. And that can't actually happen because then your company changes. Maybe your clients will change. So this I had to learn on the hard way, you know. Not in a bad way. I developed myself in a good way, I hope. But the thing is, how could you like maintain your core values even when you like change from a warrior or from a warrior, from a fighter, from an athlete to a professional? How could you like have like this red line and continue of doing what your core values? Yeah, I think you get me.
I would answer how is possible to not have it.
Yeah.
What I mean is, if you don't find this, don't feel these core values, it's difficult to keep a direction and to keep a motivation. So I think I was there because of the core values. This was already the biggest part of the deal.
Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to go into.
And sometimes I have the feeling this I even did not choose. It was like stronger than me.
Yeah.
Yes, it was like stronger than me, meant to be.
Yeah.
Because many times I asked to myself, are you a fanatic? You do that so many years, like such a motivation.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean about that.
And then I said, yeah, but inside it feels harmonious. I'm not forcing myself to something. But to your question, to the adaptation, I think the self-honesty to ask yourself all the time, I'm still at the right place? Is this still the right path for me? Or I'm playing a role? Because if you have success with what you do,
you're definitely playing sometimes a role because
the ego like it.
Yeah.
And you know the recipe. I put a little bit more salt and pepper.
Yeah.
I will have more success.
Exactly.
People like it. And suddenly you don't ask you anymore, but I'm doing it's still purpose, it's still deep inside, or it's just
doing it because of doing it.
Yeah, so this awareness is important.
I found that fascinating. You have a lot of parallels, or maybe I have a lot of parallels to you, because in one point, that was 2014, which I won my Swiss championships, which I was like, we talked about that. I had a very like a big wave of success because the request came. I was looking good. I was feeling like in my humble sport as a warrior, I was a fighter. I was like a monk. You could actually say a monk. I wasn't drinking any alcohol, smoking. I wasn't going out any weekends. I was training, sleeping, eating. And my success, I saw right away. Okay, when I do this, when I post these certain pictures, when I write about these certain topics or that, people react. And the moment my personality changed in a way which I was like looking for more deep, profound, meaningful themes in my life, I was a little bit scared. I was a little bit, how will that go right? Because I'm not the same guy anymore. You know, I'm not the same bodybuilder. That's maybe a problem. How will I do the marketing? So then I had to play a role, and the more I had to play a role, the more I hated the job, because the purpose of mine, I wanted to help people. I wanted to share with them what I know, what I feel, what I learn, and it was a little bit changing all the time. So for you, I think also where the more you knew the things you didn't know with 27, like you were a fighter, you were hard, disciplined, the more you opened up, you also became an father. Maybe you will talk about like how old were your daughter when you were opening your business and that, but the more influences you got, the more the person changes.
Sure.
And then also the product, the company.
Sure. But I listened to your question in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same time. When I was doing this, there were no Facebook,
of course,
no Instagram. So, but it's very interesting to speak about it, because today the society, the social media force you, push you to put yourself in an identity, in a role.
Yeah.
And as you said, this role can be a prison, can be oppressing. In my time, no, you are just doing your thing.
Yeah.
The most spectacular thing was the internet site.
Yeah.
So I remember the two first taekwondo school in Switzerland which made an internet site. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Even a flyer. We did not advertise a lot.
Yeah.
So you were not there. But inside is still also a role, no? So as you said, this is also for me the holistic aspect of life.
Mm-hmm.
Everything touch everything.
Yeah.
You cannot separate your love life, your family life, your career, your athlete life. You cannot separate. So getting a father, you change your perspective of life. Each action will have a direct influence on your teaching, because your sensibility will change, your way of looking to life will change. So, yeah, we spoke about this holistic. This happened, we call midlife crisis, when I got 40.
Yeah.
And there are two things happened there. Midlife crisis.
Mm-hmm.
And this was funny. I was in flying to Portugal to teach in a seminar. And suddenly a voice came, and I knew I'm going to invest a lot of time in Tai Chi and Qigong.
Mm-hmm.
I will study Chinese medicine.
So a new chapter was becoming.
This came like this, very clear. This is the way to go.
Yeah. For me as well. I'm not 40, but I know exactly what you mean. It's
Funny.
crazy.
And
maybe you feel, maybe you are more in contact with your inner you, with your inner, I don't know, spirit, soul. But these moments I very carefully listened all the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what also influenced a lot, I get sick. I get deeply sick when I was 42.
Oh.
And this was really a nice disease. So I was on the very hard medicaments for 1 year.
So you were or you weren't?
I were.
Oh.
I had to.
Oh, shit.
So I remember good. I said to the doctor, I never took medicaments in my life. I'm not going to start now.
Yeah. And what
and
did
then
he
said to me, yes, but then you're going to die, huh?
Okay, then you
I
overthink.
Said, give me the name of the medicament, please. But now to go back to the entrepreneurship, my students took care of the school 1 month, and then I was teaching 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day, sometime more during 1 year.
Yeah.
Taking all the medicaments, and normally I should be in bed all the day. So why I tell this story? I don't want nobody to cry about it. The point is, believe in your dream. I have my own company, my own school, and a lot of freedom. And I have a fantastic life. I'm very happy and thankful for it. But in this case, also, you have to take the responsibility.
Even then, in the bad times, you mean?
Yeah, then you have to take the responsibility. And this is the other side of the medal. You cannot go to take this employee money.
Yeah.
You need to carry on. And that's what many people don't see.
Yeah, exactly.
This freedom have a price. And it's good like this, because then it smells better. If freedom would not have a price or a smell, what's the point, no?
Yeah, this is the thing. This is a very important thing. I think a lot of people also ask me about, so cool you do what you love. And so like in a relationship, you not always are happy in love, you know, you have hard times, good times, you have to go through all of the times. And this is very, very interesting. I didn't know that you were ill. How didn't you tell me that?
I'm healthy now.
You look fitter than everyone I know. So.
No, but you know this is also funny. It depends if some people believe in God, some people believe in destiny, whatever. For me, the sickness was a gift. My daughter, they always tell me when I overdo, Papa, when are you going to understand you are not action man? they tell me all the time, no? So the sickness showed me that you cannot solve everything with strength and power.
Yeah.
My culture was a culture of a fighter.
Yeah.
So
outside's happening a hurricane. Sorry guys if you listen.
So this fighting culture, I was doing everything with strength, with discipline, with will, and suddenly your body shows you, hey man, you have limitations, and then you need to change your thinking, no? And that's why also I invest so much time now in Qigong, in meditation.
So you included that since then?
Yeah, no. Actually, I was stupid because if you look at martial arts, it's always the symbol of yin and yang.
Yeah, of course.
It's a mix between soft and hard and fast and slow, temper and control. So for me, the health today is a right balance between activity and action, between relaxation and strength. The balance, no? The balance. And I think till 40, I was balanced there, just on one side.
Yeah.
Yeah. And perhaps if you are talking about these difficult moments, no? Also a point which is interesting to think about it now. I had in these years so many financial struggle.
Yeah.
So many.
And I thank you for speaking about that, because a lot of people think it's like no problem, everything is easy, and then when maybe a COVID Corona lockdown situation comes, it's like I can't say that word loud, I think. No, but when something happens, they think, oh, that can't happen. This is not normal. No, but every year I had some struggle, and I think
sure.
you will agree. There are struggles, there are financial crises.
Look, I don't want to make it dramatic,
Yeah.
but sometimes I went 3 times a day at the bancomat, hoping I can find 50 francs there.
Oh shit!
I mean, it was about eating.
Yeah.
So, but why I speak about that? It's not about self compassion. It never make me doubt.
Yeah.
I had really no money, but the quality of the life I choose, the quality doing what you love and sharing with people and seeing people develop themselves and growing, and it was so strong that
you kept going.
Yeah, I never regret my choice. Many times I ask myself, at Puma I had a very good job with a good salary,
easy
and,
solution,
and the visiting card and the title, and
a secure way.
I could grow more there, and it was possible. I refused, but I never regret this choice.
It's unbelievable.
And why I say that? Because so many people don't take decisions because of fear,
exactly,
and always this security. And at the end,
you're old and you never did it.
Your life is going, and you are full of regrets.
Yeah,
and even we think, it's possible to be very happy with small money if you flow inside, if you feel in harmony with what you are, what you want, and this is also a side of entrepreneurship. No, not only.
I like the aspect you are mentioning, because for me it was always never really about the money. Now it's actually because I'm thinking to build a family, thinking a little bit more advanced, but this comes with the years. But for me it was like for you, I had a lot of struggle sometimes. I mean, like when you have monthly payments of your clients and one thing happens, for example 2020, from one day to the other, my clients couldn't pay because lockdown happened, studios are closed. I didn't have till then an online solution, but I was so used to it. To say, okay, here's the money not flowing in. So, okay, what can I do? I was never really like so nervous. To be totally honest, a year passed by for almost. Of course, it's a long break. I talked to my brother, or to I think I said to Leon, it's like a competition. How long can you hold your breath underwater? It seems like that because I'm barely like I'm expecting to be over the lockdown. But the thing is, passion kept me going, and I always were thankful for what I have, which is an amazing opportunity and freedom.
This is a luxus.
Yeah.
Last podcast we spoke about determination, and you asked me today also about determination. So it was in the year 2000. So I started school 1992.
Yeah.
And in 2000, 2001, I decided to move to Basel and to make my full job out of it. So I took what I had in the Pensionkasse, because I was doing myself independent. Yeah. And I quit my job. So it was full risk.
Yeah.
And then
all in.
And at that time, I remember exactly, I had 70 students. And then I knew, okay, to live from the Taekwondo, I need at least 120 students. That was was like something like that. And you need to achieve that, you need to teach every day. Not 3 times a week, not every day, many hours.
Yeah.
So I went to the Van der Merven Center, perhaps you know it, and Mr. Van der Merven gave me the opportunity to teach there. And I was renting the place I'm now here, in Kleinhünigen, to a judo school. But I was renting to them. They was paying the full rent, and I was paying for 3 days a week, 2 days at Van der Merven.
Yeah.
Full in, all in, full risk. After 2 months, the judo school, they say me, we have a nice information for you.
Oh, man.
We quit, we close. What?
Oh, man.
We quit, we are not doing well, and you tell me that now? Yes. So, or you take the full rent, or
for you was also closed.
This was just the beginning of the activity, no?
Oh, shit.
And this was a case of determination. I'm in the fire, but there's no way to go back. So let's do it, no? But very interesting, when I took the decision to do it professionally, I told you about 70 and 120 people.
Yeah.
For a very long time, I spoke to nobody. I made the deal with myself because a little bit like you, my school career was not the most brilliant school career you can have. So when I got this very nice job at Puma, everybody told me, please, don't do bullshit this time. Stay there, make career there. Finally, you have something, stay there.
Yeah.
So when I decided to go for Taekwondo, I kept it for myself.
Yeah.
But I decide inside very clearly. And now to the point, from the moment I decide, students start to come.
It's unbelievable, huh?
They start to come.
Yeah.
Without any advertising.
Which is totally ridiculous, because there is a book, The Secret. I read it once when I was 20. And of course, I don't believe it, but sometimes it's like really like a rule of the universe. What you call out comes back in.
Attraction law.
Yeah, the law of attraction.
Yeah, so this was very funny. And also, perhaps, if young people want to be entrepreneur, nobody told me do it.
Yeah, you have to tell yourself, even if 100 people tell you to not do it.
And this was for me spectacular. Because I mean, in Taekwondo, I had already a nice career, a lot of experience.
Yeah, respectable career.
So a lot of experience. So it was actually logic. I could have success, but everybody told me, "You are crazy. Don't do it. What are you going to do when you are 50? And if your body is damaged and you have no security and you have no guarantee, only fear." And fear,
yeah.
And this was very interesting because I knew it already before, but I think it's important to prepare young people which want to take risk in their life or to live their dream, that they know, as Arnold Schwarzenegger say, Don't listen the
naysayer. Yeah.
If they don't have this fear, they will have another.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah.
It's totally true. I can totally relate to that. I was making fun of it. I'm not sure anymore. I'm putting right now a little bit too much output there, like videos every day and there. I don't know if it's YouTube or if it's Instagram, but I referred to Arnold Schwarzenegger's rules about don't listen to the naysayers, which is funny because you can sometimes listen to your parents or to your best friends. You have to be very, very, very careful to who you listen to, because a lot of people, which it's not even their business, want to tell you what to do. And sometimes you can really listen more to your heart. And I would say if it's something like your core, like your call in life or your purpose, which you're looking, just risk it. I mean, we are very fortunate that we are healthy. We are in a good place. We're in a good country, even with their problems here and there. But I never regret it when I see now, like 12 years, or how old am I? 32. 14 years later, I'm in a place where I'm really happy. I'm sometimes stressed, sometimes very tired, but my head is spinning with different things instead of what will I do this weekend? Where can I go on holidays? Sometimes I'm thinking, holidays. Oh, when was the last time I did? I totally forgot. Mm-hmm. So I have to plan my holidays because I'm all the time driven to do more things, and I wouldn't change that for anything in life.
On the other side, I have to say, we are now preaching for our church. It's a matter of character. They say in the team sports, uncoachable player. I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I don't like to take orders. I'm very wild. I'm very rebel. So perhaps to be independent, to have my own business. Now I paint it nice. Perhaps it was not a choice. Yeah. Because I could have everywhere troubles. Yeah. Because I'm not the team player. No? So that's one point. And the other point, I feel safe when I'm in dangerous situation. I learned that from the fight. Yeah. It seems a little bit paradoxal.
No, I totally get it. Because when you know the enemy, you know where you can work.
Yeah.
When everything is going nice, you don't know what will happen. Maybe wrong.
Good point. And also, I like very much the idea from the intuition. When the situation is getting a little bit tough, you are very awake. Yeah. And you can trust your gut's intelligence. Yeah. Your gut's intelligence, no? But, and now I come to the point, not everybody, many people, they need security. I had a good friend, he built his own company. And I met him, and he told me, I quit, I'm working for somebody again. And I said to him, what's wrong? What happened? He said, look, this is not for me. Too much pressure, too much responsibility.
Not the money,
it's not my type. Yeah. I tried it. Now I know I'm not this independent, lonely fighter.
Like, I know what you mean.
And
I know exactly what you mean.
This is also courage to recognize, no, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Everybody speak about it. It sounds sexy, but it's not for me.
Yeah, I totally respect that. I mean, for example, in all fairness, my ex-girlfriend, she's a tremendous trainer. She got I really respect her for that. She got like the school done, the academy done. She has her degree, and now she's heading to new goals. The time when we were together, she was a trainer. And parallel to me, she wanted to, or we wanted to build her own business, her own brand and everything. And back then, I couldn't understand why she was so struggling with. She was so used to a safe and secure job, end of month, like this, like the working. And since I was 18 years old, totally used to work. And for me, it was never work, like you told me. So it's never a job. It's just for fun. It's like video gaming. When I'm going home, I'm video gaming with ideas. Oh, what could I do? Oh, what could I do that? And oh, that's fun. when I buy things, I buy it. Oh, what could I do for the job? Like, oh, this microphone looks nice. I'm not buying for fun, for like my private life. You have to give up a lot for that kind of life which I'm having, which I mean you can also relate to. The moment she said, I won't continue, I might go back to my older job and everything, I was very mad. I was really frustrated. Where it was like, why? Why? So much potential. But now it's almost 2.5 years later. It's unbelievable how fast time goes by. I totally respect her because she had the guts to give it all up, the job back then. She had a good income, even better than me, because of the, sometimes it's like here, sometimes like here, and the middle part is here. And for her, it was always here, like every month the same, the same, what's called the same salary. Yeah. I don't even know the word. The name salary. So the fun thing is she gave it up. She tried it with me, and I saw then I saw for the first time what's an entrepreneur. What an entrepreneur looks like, not like my face, inner values. I think when you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to feel it right away since you are very young. I also struggled with the same issues like you said, but I was not fighting. I had struggled with unterordnen, it's called in German. Like I couldn't do stupid things when the boss asked me to. I was thinking it's more efficient when I do it that way. So I had a lot of problems with authority. So I knew it's exactly what you said. It's maybe because you are not a team player that you had no choice at all instead of doing what you did. For me, it was exactly the same thing. It's so crazy.
Yeah, and as we said, it's a matter of character, and it's not for everybody. For me, this independence was the only choice, and it always felt good, even in very hard times. I never regret the choice, no? Mm-hmm. And what is nice is if you can look back, because now it's many years, and I have a lot of feedbacks, no? Mm-hmm. And you see that the school get a very good reputation, that the parents which train at that time with me, now they bring their kids. Yeah. So it's like a seed, no? And I come back to the point of purpose. Mm-hmm. You was not just doing a job and getting a salary every month. You did something which helped people to grow, to develop their character, to develop their health. Sometimes even values they give to their kids or they apply in their life. And this is a very, very, very rewarding, no? And actually it's beautiful if you can look back and you see, okay, for that reason, I start with that project, and it kept working, and it's like a realization, no? It's very rewarding. You spoke before about the regrets, no? There are a lot of books of the people dying on the bed the last days, no? Yeah. And they always say, why I haven't tried this? Why I haven't tried that? Why I did not love much? I should have loved more, should have the risk more. Exactly. Yeah. So I think it's bitter. It's bitter. And I think why my culture is martial art. When you fight, you are in danger from the first second.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? You have to like risk. Yeah. My master always told me, attack. Risk will be rewarded. Courage will be rewarded. Yeah. Like in the movies, no? So I believed in that. But our school system, our education
different thing.
Is always exactly the contrary. Be careful. You are going to fail. Be careful what the people are going to think of you. Be careful. You are going to blame yourself. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. And then you want people to take risk. How come? And nobody say to you, take risk and you will grow with the risk. Perhaps you will fall on your nose, but you will be stronger. And your eyes will shine because you took the risk. Yeah. And it will give you self-confidence. And this is, I think, is an education problem matter.
Yeah, that's actually very, very good explained. The phenomenon with that education problem, I couldn't say an education problem. There are a lot of problems in our education system. One of them is that we expect it to function even if it's like 100 to 200 years old, the system, like with the bell, with the brakes, with the formation, how the students sit in front of the teacher, the uniforms in some schools. So it's like in a factory. So it's preparing people for a factory thinking. And we have such an open market now and such a variety of influences in Instagram, Facebook, and to say just that these two, other ones I don't know yet. We see all the other extremes. People are following the dreams. People are inventing things. All of a sudden, a new app comes out, and the guy which invented this, a billionaire. And we are shocked because we are doing it all right. I mean, we are writing a good degree in school. We are following the teacher's advice. Why don't I have Why don't I have a girlfriend? Why don't I have a happy marriage? I did everything right. I was always the good guy, the brave student. I did every homework, and now I'm depressed, lonely, and maybe single, divorced in a little flat because my divorce took a little bit too much. You know, all the problems. And the crazy thing is, it's just about the self-courage, like you told, the self-courage, and also believing in what you want. And what you want is maybe in contradiction with what you are taught to do.
Yeah, it's very. I think this is a very good point. But it's interesting because what the topic we are talking today now is about entrepreneurship, no? But it's the same for an athlete, and I think it's the same for personal life. Nobody never will be in your skin.
Yeah.
And nobody can see in your heart. So translate in English, it means if you don't take the responsibility for yourself, if you don't have the courage to listen to your heart and to your dreams and to your inner voice, nobody will help you and nobody can do it for you. And that's so funny, you know, that we still rely on the opinion of other people. We rely on the rules.
Yeah.
And the key is inside. The key is inside, no? And I think it's important to have this courage and this trust. If you want to do in your life your own project, which make you dance inside, no? I think it's important, yeah.
Let's go back to what we wanted to discuss because we are also philosophizing so much.
As usual.
If you like it, please stay tuned. We will never surrender. We will do every Friday. But let's go back to the first years in Basel. You talked about that, a little bit of struggle, the uncertainty and everything. But there are things like Unisports, Mikrosklubschule, that and that. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
This is interesting because this also touched a little bit the marketing aspect. So I had to grow fast in order to exist. Yeah. So my logic was I have to multiply taekwondo ever I can, no? So we opened a section with Roche Sport Club in my school, 2 times a week. I went to the university. I teach in the University Basel for 15 years, every Monday. I had a partnership with Mikrosklubschule. Then we did a lot of exhibition, a lot of self-defense seminars.
So you were omnipresent everywhere, huh?
Fabri, so some days I was teaching 7 hours a day. My normal pensum of teaching with movement was like 25 hours a week. And that time I was not talking.
You were a crazy guy. Yeah,
everything I was explaining, I was doing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So this is and then people, wow, the school is big and nice, but the work behind
never saw it.
Was just crazy. I did that for many years. And what is interesting, I always try to analyze, to understand, okay, what makes the school grow? Why these people choose our school, etc., etc. And then you do some marketing actions. And now, long term, I have to say, I don't know, and I never realized exactly why people came and not. But what I know is the long-term effects. You told me one time you have to stay relevant, to stay present, to being always there and doing always some action, something, but never stopping, doing something. And in a lot of variety, different actions. So then you get a phone. You remember 3 years ago, you made an exhibition there. 3 years ago? Yes, I like it.
Unbelievable, yeah.
I want to join your school. Remember my son or the son of this son. So it's very interesting because endurance is rewarded.
Yeah.
To be always active, creative, innovative in the long term, it's like a very strong foundation. Very strong foundation, yeah.
You mentioned that it's actually called planting seeds.
Planting seeds.
I had this same experience with a colleague of mine. He wanted to work with me this last year. Unbelievable. We are in a new year. It's not 2020. Where went the year by?
It was Corona Land.
So my colleague wanted to work with me, and he asked me how I do my marketing. And I said him honestly, I never did it. I never. Well, okay. To be honest, sometimes I paid like for ads, like for Instagram, but just to do it once and see how it goes. But I just put input out. No, I put output, whatever. I put some posts out. And the thing is, I always concentrated on be always omnipresent, like writing with people when they have questions or helping and that
exactly.
and that. And the cool thing, years after that, people remember you and come to you and go, hey, are you still coaching?
Same strategy. But same time, if you go back to the start of our discussion, if it's like a mission or calling or it's in harmony with what you are, this just happens. You don't have to do nothing. You just have to stay honest in your way. And because following this way, naturally, you will be present. You will have energy. You will not answer to somebody because it's your job. It's because you feel responsible. This person asks you a question. You want to do your job because you like it. You will answer this question from the heart, with interest, with dedication, because you are just at the right place. And it just happened. It's not that you think, okay, if I do that, this will happen. If I do that, this will be the rewarding. You are just flowing at the right time, at the right place, no? Yeah.
The word is the flow.
The word is the flow.
The magic word. How could you subscribe? Well, guys, don't forget to subscribe anyway. I wanted to here. Don't forget to subscribe. We will have every week new podcast and also follow along videos. Which is making a wave is the follow along videos with Coach Laurie and Coach Lady. Unbelievable. I won't train with you guys, but if you do, they are very tough. So do them. It's really valuable training. So again, how would you describe success and quality of life?
I like that question. It's very relative. It depends a lot of the perspective, no? As I told you, if I look the last 30 years, I did not achieve to be rich with Taekwondo, no? But one of my masters of Tai Chi from Master Pang from Taiwan, he told me one time that the definition I like very much. He said, what makes you rich is how many hearts people you touch in your life.
Yeah,
that's make you rich, no? And I share that opinion. I met so many people. I could have intensive moments of sharing, of teaching, of learning from them. Also enjoying their trust, enjoying their loyalty, enjoying the passion. This makes you very rich from inside. So I think I knew it before I started. And that's why I choose that path, because it's in harmony with your heart, with what you are. I know I'm boring. I repeat always the same, but actually it's a bit the core. So for me, this is success: to touch people, to share with people. Enough.
I don't think you repeat it because deep in us, I think we know already what's good and what's bad, what's correct and what's incorrect, but we don't really listen to it. I mean, for example, what you said about listen to your heart, you could find 100 or even more books about that. How you can listen more to your heart. What happened when this person listened to their heart and that and that. But why we don't do it? And I think this is the most difficult question to answer. One, I think not everyone can, and this is totally honest, and it's okay. There are a lot of people which I also know, they are very head focused, and they have to sometimes train themselves to listen a little bit more to the gut feeling, but they won't really be like me or you, or just be very spontaneous or risk taking or whatever. But what I can offer every one of you guys to understand is there has to be a certain time in your life when you want to do your business, you open up your business, your school or your coaching career or whatever, your even online career, that you have to ask yourself, and this question was not written down, so bear with me. Are you able to work with other people? Are you able to put work out that people can work with it? You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
So is your idea any good, but also is your character any good? Or are you maybe a clown? Or are you maybe not stupid person, but limited in your wisdom or your knowledge? You know, so yourself have to reflect what's lacking. Am I exaggerating in one part or am I lacking in one part? And if so, can I work so I can be more skillful or more knowledgeable in one area? And this was a tough part for me because you don't have an assistant, you don't have a critic or a teacher. You're doing everything on your own. You're learning everything while you're doing it. No one is criticizing you in a right way. You know, how did you accomplish that for like having this view? Oh no, now it's time to do that. Was it always the gut feeling or?
The gut feeling, and sometime I was a little bit smart, or sometime or life teach me. I mean, I like very much the point you point out is learning by doing. You do experience, you do mistakes, and then suddenly the people disappear, don't come anymore, or you hear something behind here. Oh, this happened, and then you know, okay, perhaps I overreact, perhaps this was wrong. But what I like, in this process, this process leads you to full 100% self-responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
You will make a lot of mistakes. And again, we call it mistakes. Why we don't call it experience? And adjusting this experience, you adjust your character, you adjust your behavior, and you grow. Mm-hmm. And let's start from the contrary. Would it be possible to do no mistake?
No.
So let's do them and adapt and grow. I think is really not a problem, especially because it shapes you.
Yeah.
If it doesn't break you, it shapes you. No?
That's a good saying.
And you spoke about all the people giving advice. It's always it's important to listen to advice and to learn from everybody. But as I say, at the end, you are in your skin and you will alone take the responsibility for your behavior. So just understand this very simple fact that it's a part of the process. You are teaching, no? You are sharing with people, but also you are in a process. I like to say that my students are my teachers.
Yeah, totally agree with that.
My students are my teacher, and we have a relationship,
mm-hmm.
and it's not always clear who is doing what.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's an interaction, and I like very much this process of making mistakes, learning from it,
mm-hmm.
adjusting, because at the end you are shaping yourself.
Exactly. No, I see that totally the same direction. I did a lot of mistakes, and with time, my clients, I'm not fortunate enough to have students. A few I have, but they teach me also to be a better teacher, to be a better person. we were at one point, and I want to go deeper into that subject, is how you dealt with hard times and disappointments. And is it or is it not just part of the deal?
Sure, it's a part of the deal. And you know, we are so talented to put the focus on the negativity. It's like a national sport to put the focus on the negativity. So if you just step back and you look at the big picture, now very specifically in my case, I don't know how many thousands of students we had. And I think like something like 300 black belt was formed in my school. And the majority of them are still very good friends. And we are so happy when we meet and we are still in touch. And then I had some case, 3, I guess, of disappointment. And it was hard, and you feel bad feeling and sadness, whatever. But then you step back and you look at the big picture. And you have to be able to put it in perspective. And I think all life is like that, no? With disappointment, it depends where you look, where you put the focus, and are you able to be thankful instead of going on the victim role, no?
Yeah.
And as I said, no, when you do so much, you work so much, and you are with so much people in contact, so much people, it would be very naive to expect that everything will flow.
Yeah.
I
mean, for example, yesterday I was passing by a new barbershop, and I thought maybe, okay, I will count the steps. So I went from this corner to the left, and like 200 steps going. Oh my God, my English. Okay. To the left, 200 steps later, there were another barbershop. And so I said, okay, this is very, very risky if you think that you will open up a new business with the same idea that a guy had in the same area, right around the corner. But you have to have something special, you know. You have to believe in that, and which I find funny, because there is a lot of competition. You can't really think, oh, you will invent the light bulb. Your invention is unique. It will have just success because you invented it. It's so much struggle to sell, to market your product, to even do the accounting, which I hated to do. And unfortunately, my ex-girlfriend was my accountant, so now I have to learn it in the hard way. Thank you, Yeno, for doing my accounting anyway. So, but I totally understand it. And yeah, it's a part of the deal. I was sometimes the victim, but what I learned, I was always the perpetrator, causing these problems.
Yeah, and this is important to realize. No, when you are so committed as you are, or as I am, somewhere, without realizing, you are a bulldozer. You are a bulldozer because your ideas are so clear. You know so good what you want. And sometimes you shock people, or you are just too much for people because your commitment is so strong. And to recognize that you always was a part of the problem, we always need 2 persons to argue. And also to realize a lot of time it was just about your interests, about your ego, and to make peace with it. That sometimes it clash, but it's okay. It's okay. So for me, if I make the contability of all these years, I can be only thankful, and I'm sorry for the people I hurt, or I regret it very much. And life continues.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I never was the hero in the story. I always told my clients from the beginning on, it's actually not my story, it's your story. I'm just a side note. You have to write your own story. I won't be the hero. I won't be the role model. I can be an influence. I can be an inspiration. But people got. I'm also sorry for people who got really hurt with my character, because they hoped more from me than I gave. But I'm just giving that which is like like a mountain, a fountain, like a fountain. I can't really see where I'm putting my energy, my time, and also my ideas to. And yeah, it flows. And when it maybe doesn't flow, it's not on purpose. And this I had to learn also to recognize my character. You know, this is also like mind blowing. We are at the subject, the second last one, before we talk about legacy, which is unbelievable. Last year, it came for the first time in my life. What's my legacy? But we have one subject before that. Team and family spirit.
Yes. I think when we have a school or you can apply it to everything, actually, to a company, to a school.
Yeah, I think that way also.
To a fitness. People want to connect with people they trust and they feel good. And the emotional part is very important. Let's say you are very good, your technique is very good, you are a good specialist in your field, but you don't bring human qualities.
Totally disaster.
And the people don't feel good at your place. You are not able to connect them. You are not able to give them a common sense, not a common sense, a common goal, a common vision, a common culture. If this is not there, you will not have success, no? And the other side, I think what is also beautiful is when people feel that, they come to a place to recharge energy, to meet people they feel connected with. Yeah. And so it's always what I try to commit the people to our values, to be a family, to stick together, to help each other, to feel together, because I think this is very, very important. Especially our day, our society is very individualist society, you know? And I think we need that very strongly our day. Yeah. And it makes the difference for a business for sure. For sure.
I totally agree. Now I get what you meant with the subject, because for me it was like you wanted to talk about your family also as a spirit, but I totally get it, because my company, or well, I can say my company, was always about people. So it would be like really ridiculous if I wouldn't take care of people or would love people. I really love people. I really love meeting new people, talking with them, helping to succeed. You see the hurricane. Always when you talk, it's all best weather. You get the sunshine. Guys, look at that. Now it's sun not shining, but as soon as he talks, sun is shining, and I have to adapt the ISO here in the camera to not like be white. All right, but anyway, I totally get it, and it's fascinating when I oh man, I'm tired. When we are breaking a record, you know. No, 1 hour. We still have 10 minutes. When I comparing me to other coaches, which I always did and always do, I can't stop. I always was comparing. Okay, what's a unique selling point? You know, what's a unique selling point? There are a lot, but one selling point is I just love people. I just love to work with people, and not always, to be totally honest, I could train. I remember when you said 7 trainings, my record is in 10 trainings. Wow. But not for more than 2-3 months. 10 trainings after another. I drank shakes because I couldn't have time to eat. 8 bars, like protein bars, but it was crazy. But I didn't felt this tiredness like after 1 hour of accounting, which is felt like a year. But it was crazy. Always loved what I did, and people came back because it felt like a community. It felt like a family, and I always were very thankful for that. So for me, core value for my business with people always, well, not having in mind that's my brother, you know, like or my sister, but I was always taking care of that they have the best time in their lives. Can I say that? I can say that. Sure. We're at the last subject. I let you speak first because you are older than me and you are more experienced. You have more experience with the word legacy. Yeah, legacy could be a little bit arrogant. Could be. The way I say it, I learned Taekwondo, what we call from a very direct line. It's like from a family.
I told you that in another postcard. I think I had the luck to meet my Taekwondo Urgroßvater. So I met 3 generations of masters.
Unbelievable, yeah.
And I was connected with them many years. I'm still connected naturally. And it touched me very much, this idea that all their life they teach, and then they give to a student, and all his life he teach. And now it's my turn. And it's a responsibility. And I always said, Taekwondo is not mine. I'm just transporting it, and I try to give it so good as possible to the next generation. No? So somehow, if the school I'm leading now wouldn't continue, for me would be very sad. It's not important in which form. It can be a school, it can be teaching, whatever. But I would be very happy that our students carry the Taekwondo,
the spirit
the
lives
values,
on, yeah.
the spirit lives on. I think this
I
is
know
very
what you mean.
Also, what is interesting for our ego, if it doesn't happen, perhaps it means I hold it too strong.
Yeah,
I made it my own story.
Yeah.
And actually, it's not there for me. It's there to share, to be shared, and to grow, and to develop new potential with their creativity, with their new idea of a new generation. And in accordance also with the time, because time have influence on everything, no? So this is really a wish I have inside, that in 30 years I can sit down and look at them the way they do it, and just say, good job, you do it very well, and to enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm totally fascinated about what you said, and also this topic of legacy. I find it very, very inspiring. For me, legacy is actually the same thing. I mean, I just wanted to take a seat back and watch what will happen with that, what I founded with the idea which I had, and it's nothing new. But maybe I can change a little few things there and here and there, and it will become something unique. And first, totally honest, it was about me. I wanted to be Schwarzenegger, even bigger. When I started, I wanted to that everyone knows my name. But in the end, I was like, I didn't become Schwarzenegger. Maybe if I would still continue to be driven like that. No, but the thing is, I loved more the opportunities which I had when I just were, when I was, and when I am financially free, when I'm free to do my things and everything. And so to be known, to be a celebrity, or to be recognized for what I do was more and more not so special for me. But what was special was, and this is so fascinating, I think I was like, 27, 28, the first time I realized that when people came to me and remembered what I told them, and it was totally spontaneously. They had some issue with the girlfriend, and I said to them, hey man, no girl will like you if you are like crying about it. Forget her, be the boss of your own life, and the girl will come back. And I just had it because I wanted to continue with the training. And then 1 year later, he came and said, hey, you know, unbelievable. 1 year passed, and she came back, and we talked. But you know, I don't want to be with her because you were right. It was a wrong girl. So I said, wow, so cool. Not that I invented that, not that I'm a psychologist, because I just had the chance to influence someone's life. And in this format as a coach, maybe, and not maybe, of course, I will write down a lot of my experience for next generation of coaches. This is actually my legacy. I want to help as many coaches as I can to be better coaches, more fulfilled coaches. And my wish will be, when I will go, I don't know, let's say, I don't have so long lifespan as you. I am like a hamster. Bodybuilders don't live long. Let's see, in 30 years. In 30 years, I come back and no one recognizes me anymore. Everyone is wearing maybe the shirt, JFP or another brand, but they don't even know that I was the founder. That would be cool. But it's still going on. Spirit is still living, or even developing itself.
That's a vision. For me, the important point, legacy, is sharing and responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. Sharing and responsibility.
Yeah, and it's a good word to end this.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you very much for joining. We had a blast to talk about that. I mean, we are obviously talking more and more about that issues and philosophy and also business entrepreneurship. But today we were doing it for you to listen to us, and I hope you join next week's episode. We will see if we can give you a little glimpse of what it will be about. But till then, Nuno, you have the words. You have the last words to say in the camera.
Yeah, we'll do some advertising. Fabrizio spoke about listening the heart, and he said sometimes we cannot always, because we are very controlled by our mind, by our thoughts, very rational. So next week I will teach meditation every morning from 7 to 8 in the morning, 1 hour. And there's a very direct connection there. In meditation, we learn to calm down the monkey mind, this rational thinking, which is always judging, analyzing, counting, and is really an inside terrorist. And if we can calm this rational mind, we get much more in contact with our heart, our intuition, our soul. This is a bit the romantic aspect. It's also a very practical aspect: better sleep, more calm, better recovery. So if you are interested, please contact me. If you are motivated enough to stand up very early next week from 7 to 8, I will be your man.
Perfect. So how to contact him, you will see in the description of this video. You right away have then the contact infos for him, and he will provide you the Zoom link and every other detail. So join it. I won't, to be totally honest. I'm then at this time with my dog and teaching her how to behave. Right now she's behaving. Guys, just feel powerful for another week, for another new year, and let's stay that way. Let's stay powerful. We get this. We got it.
JFP